Okay, guys, good morning to you. Thank you for waiting for me. Can you hear me loud and clear? If yes, give me a thumbs up or LNC, please. Hi, morning to you, Baron. Good to see you. Okay, right, guys, I will start the MAO right now. Now, this morning MAO will be a bit watered down because just now I forgot to save my PowerPoint and accidentally I saved it wrongly. So now all my prepared materials are no longer with me. So what happened is that I will still do the same thing, but just that it will not be in the PowerPoint form. So apologize on that itself, yeah. Okay, let's just start our this MAO right now. Let's take a look. Okay, guys, today is the 25th of January 2022, and today is a Tuesday, and of course we have one of the craziest one single day reversal, right? One of the craziest. Now, yesterday, I'm not too sure whether you hear me. I did say that there could be a 1,000 point movement. Remember that? Now, how many of you remember that yesterday I did say that there will be a 1,000 point movement? I even write it down 1,000 point. Now, it's not because that I happen to, if you remember that I said that keyword REM. So let me see whether I actually said it or you guys see, you all heard it, all right? So the thing is this, why did I say that? Because from the chart itself, I already tell you the next potential movement based on the chart chocolate bar is a 1,000 point extension. But the thing is this, I did expect a 1,000 point pullback, which actually really happened. But I never expected a 1,000 point recovery. So what happened is that yesterday itself, right, I thought that by about 11 o'clock, I already done most of the stuff. I just prepared to sleep. Then suddenly the market just had to, do the type of funny movement, right? I know that this is not going to be the end. And truth be told itself, right, the market actually recovered strongly towards the second half of the day. So now the thing is, let's look at the image collage of what I have for you. Now we're going to have our FOMC meeting today. It will end tomorrow, which means that we will get to hear what Jerome Powell and friends have to say. But clearly, it is expected that they will be talking about interest rate hikes. All right, that's for sure. And there's a high suspect chance that they will hike it in March once the tapering is over. Yeah, the tapering is over. So that is the reason why you can see that a lot of risk asset like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, stock market, a lot of counters are being sold down yesterday because of this particular reason. And of course, the current situation now in Ukraine, Russia, and US is getting more and more intensified, as you can see right now. So of course, that's the reason why people have been asking me, is yesterday selling due to Ukraine side? Well, there's no news yet on Ukraine. So it's not, it's just more that you sell, I sell, and everybody has to sell, right? So to make it simple and understanding, to make it simple to understand itself, right, I believe that the selling is not done yet. I believe that the selling is not completed yet. So traders, please be careful and hear me out what I have to share with you later on, yeah? Now, disclaimer apply as usual. My job is to make sure that you guys know what to do, and your job is to try to make money from the market as much as possible, right? Now, this is the cartoon joke of the day. You can see that this is the dinosaur. They're discussing what is happening right now. So, of course, the dinosaur A, the one on the left side, say that is it asteroid? Because as we all know, that what scientists say is that the dinosaur got perished because of an asteroid that came into Mother Earth and then destroyed all the living beings, all right, back then, all right. But of course, the joke is here that this guy is saying that no, it's volatility, So the sky is not falling, the sky is full of volatility, because you can see that if the sky is falling, yesterday the Dow Jones were down by 1,000 points and stayed down, but instead the market recovered. So that means that there's still a lot of buying interest in the market, yeah? So let me explain to you why yesterday I have this premonition of the market basically having a 1,000 point movement. So what we saw was that I take this point A, okay, take A, and then I put it to B. I noticed that this actually creates a trend line, and it beautifully got itself supported at C. Okay, can you see that? Then what happened when you extended itself, right? We did see the market stopping perfectly at D. And of course, yesterday, we saw the market breaking down D. So of course, A, B, C, D have been a very strong support over the last, 7 or 8 months. So when the market E broke down, we can see that the first support and the second support itself from where we are to this point here is about 1,000 points. So that's the reason why I gave this verdict that the market may have a 1,000 point movement. And of course, beautifully, it really happened. The market itself, this is a neckline. You can see there's a neckline, and A is the part of the neckline. So this neckline, we will extend it all the way in, we get this point. So that's why yesterday when the Dow Jones hit on 33,200, right? I text across the board and tell you guys to consider to buy back your position, because I suspect the market will rebound from there. And truth be told, the market really rebounded from there. Okay, so now the thing is this, the market now closed rather effectively above the trend line. So A, B, C, D now, okay? We classify as D. It seems that the market is actually taking this trend line very, very seriously, okay? So what do we have here itself? Very simple, my friends, okay? Very simple, is that if the market can stay above this trend line, that will be approximately, for this trend line to stay, it will have to be above from probably 34,300, or make it 250, make it easier. The market must stay above 34,250. Then this trend line is still going to maintain. And of course, by right, the market may be going up to a new all-time high. But that is if, let's say, the market stays above the trend line and the market finds strength to go higher. Now, but do note, all this while itself, when the market was going up, it was because Federal Reserve was putting money into the system. All right, so now the money is no longer there or getting lesser by the next month itself, right? I kind of question mark whether can we even go to anywhere nearby. So I don't think this will actually happen. So what I will do as a trader is that I will do this, okay? So let's show you now what I do. Okay, so let's take a look now. This is the chart itself. Okay, so let me just get more precise. So the market has to stay above this particular point, and that's correct, 24,290. Okay, we give plus and minus 24,250 then, okay, give a bit more benefit to the market. So as long as the market can not stay above 34,000, okay, so right now, the market has to stay above 34,250 to continue and maintain its upside. Now, if it doesn't, then we have a problem because the market may come back down. So what we do is this, let me show it to you, very simple. Make it bigger. Okay. So I take the whole entire tail of this guy, and the midpoint of this tail is somewhere around here, the midpoint. So let me just do a simple Fibo here. I take the opening price, and then I drag down to the low, and then you have your straight away your 50% mark, right? So your 50% mark, if I put a line there itself, it will be around here, which means that, take this away now. Yeah. Okay, that means that the 50% mark of this entire tail, okay, the entire tail, this area here, it would be 33,604.15. Now make it easier. So which means that the market has to stay above this point, which is 34,250, okay, 250. It has to stay. And the support will have to be here, which is about 33,615. Now, as long as the market can stabilize at 33,615, the market should be able to rebound later. Now, if the market fails to hold 33,615, then I'm so sorry, the market may be going down again. And this is going to be pretty bad because we are talking about entire movement here itself. All right, entire movement, the market, let's take a look. The low itself is 33,155. This opening price is 34,055. Okay, so that means that we're talking about 900 points here. That means that if the market is to drop another 900 points, this will bring the Dow all the way down to 32,000. So that's the reason why I say that 33,615 will be the level to watch today. Yeah, 33,615. So take note of that now, everybody. Okay. So with that, that is the view that I have in terms of technical analysis for the cash market. Okay. All right. So with that as well, right? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, this one it's yesterday. I had no time to update, and the PowerPoint went down. Okay, no worries. Now today we have the consumer confidence, and we are looking at 11.8. That means that right, the market consumer confidence is expecting something lower than the previous. So this will probably go and add some dampener into the system, and that will be at 11 p.m. when the consumer confidence come out. All right. And of course, we have new home sales tomorrow, and of course, we included that the FOMC minutes on Thursday morning. Yeah. All right. So you have the ADA coin that we done tomorrow on the day itself for the initial jobless claim. Yeah, that was on Thursday morning. Okay, so you can see from the Dow Jones itself, right? You can see the Dow Jones came down all the way initially down really terribly up, about more than 800 points. Then after that, it bottomed out about 1 a.m. Singapore time, and then that was where you tried the first round, pulls back, but the last 1.5 hours, the market really went all the way up. So 800 points rally within 1.5 hours. So some people say that this is the bottom. Some people say that this is just a short covering. Well, there's a lot of views on this. I've given you my view earlier, so you take a look what I offered to you, the levels I shared earlier. All right, so because again, I said my PowerPoint was down earlier, so I need to do something for you is that I'm going to just show you the news right now, yeah? Hold on. Okay, so let's look at the news first from the market point of view. Okay, so first of all, we saw the stock market mount a stunning comeback on Monday with the Dow closing in the green after 1,000 point loss. So what actually happened is that the market sell down because the Nasdaq actually break down all the way below 15%, and this is a real big movement downwards. So of course, this is one of the best market comeback in a long time. The best one was back in 2008 when the market actually was down by 4%, and then we recover the close positive. So this JP Morgan top strategist Marco, okay, he says that the selling is overblown. He felt that this thing is overdone. There should be a recovery soon. So they talked about him. But you must understand that despite yesterday's recovery, the S&P is still down by 7.5%. And still, again, the main thing is that the Nasdaq and the technology counters are still basically not as attractive as we are entering into an interest rate environment. So that is the reason why the selling came in. And of course, the VIX itself, right? The VIX did a very good job. It hit 38. Now, VIX, I already informed you guys back then when I said that VIX was a buy. I'm not too sure if you heard me back then as well. Now, VIX at the time, it was trading around this area at about 18 to 19. I said that VIX will go up to about 26, 27. Then it will pull back. And then the ultimate target is 36. So apparently, it all hit. So my target of 36 was triggered yesterday. And of course, the high went out as much as 38, but 36 is good. So that's again tell you that the forecast and everything was just pretty spot on. So if you don't mind yourself, right, hit the word VIX spot on, because I remember that I said this for you guys. Now for VIX itself, right, if you take a look on the VIX, well, we do have a bit of breakout of trend. Now you can see that this is the breakout of the trend of VIX. We compared this since March last year. So the thing is this is March 2 years ago, yeah, from March 2 years ago in 2020. So which means that this is really a breakout. So the question is this means that would there be further volatility? Now I kind of suspect it will, you guys, because although the market pulled back quite substantially, right, but the market closed still above the trend line. So this trend is from here, extended to here, and then we extrapolate over here, and then we have the first wave. Now it's the second wave. I suspect that this may go to as high as 48. Now, if that is going to happen, that means that there will be further volatility coming forward. All right, there will be more volatility coming onwards for the market. So that's why I suspect that this is going to be a higher movement here. Now, once it hit about 48, I do expect the market to do some profit taking. So that's why take note of that. VIX at 48. Okay. All right. All right. So much more news later on itself. We have Singapore Central Bank tightened monetary policy on inflation risk. So our own MAS already start to do this by tightening our monetary policy, and this shows that, right, the inflation is no joke. As we know in Singapore, when our government do something and stuff, right, we do know that there's a rational reason behind it. So that is the key point that we have to do, and this is the first time our things going at a fast pace in the last 8 years. Now, of course, the West side itself, right, must decide how far they will go to defend Ukraine against Russia. And of course, if any time itself, if US is to do anything and start to, like, protect, okay, whether the protect with the apostrophe, is that then things may get very jittery, and of course that will again push the VIX higher, and of course it may push the stock market lower. Now, of course, while some people, as I said, right, that this guy JP Morgan Kolanovic, he's saying that it's overdone. He feel that the market is too bearish, and he feel that the market will likely be rebounding. Now, do note he's one of the few guys who actually, in fact, that have been calling for a very strong upside on the S&P 500. He's looking at 5,300. So now S&P 500 now is actually trading at 4,400. So it's like 1,000 point off from his target for this year. So for him to call and reiterate his point, I can understand where is he trying to come from. But of course, not everybody agree with him. Some strategy says that, right, the market itself has more downside to go. Like this guy, Mike Wilson from Morgan Stanley. Mike Wilson, we know that he had been very bearish, and of course now he's a blue eye boy because he got it correct. So at the time, I also want a few people who say that the market will drop by 10%, and indeed it has all happened. So let's take a look at the chart right now. Let's take a quick one on the chart. You will see my point here. Now, I'm basically going everywhere so that you guys won't be so bored with the routine that I always do. Now, take a look here, everybody. Okay, so what we did is that I have this indicator that we create called the all-time high indicator. So the Dow Jones now, as you can see on your screen, the Dow Jones, obviously, this is 100. This is the high. Okay, this is the high, and notice that it's a BNB. It's a BNB. So that tells you the boys orchestrated the whole thing. Okay, so the high was 36,953. The first 5% drop is 35,105. Now, why, again, I say why I suspected the market would fall, because you notice that the closing price of this particular candle is actually below the 5% mark. Now, usually when the market comes down, hit the 5% mark, the next day, the market will recover, which incidentally it did. But the problem is that I also have my 200-day moving average over here. And instead of the market recovery, the market actually rejected it. Can you see that? The market actually rejected. So when the market came back up and rejected the MA200 and pulled back, when the market breaks below OP, I know for sure the market will really sell. And of course, if the market closed below 35,105, the 5% mark, so naturally it will go down to the next 5%. So what do you see now? Beautiful. That's the reason why I call you guys to buy back your position at 35,200, because I know that that is the 90% mark. So it's very important. Please take it down. 33,258 is the 5% marker. Okay, very important, yeah? So do take note of that. And the midpoint here, that's how we calculated, right? It's 33,615, sorry. So the market has to stay. If the market is to drop, it may drop all the way down to this point. I repeat, the market may drop down all the way to this point before we can see a support. So this is very, very crucial information, okay? 33,615. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones using the 5% rule. Now the Nasdaq was terrible. You can see the Nasdaq. The same thing itself, this was a BNB at the highest point, and then after that, the market loses the 5% mark here initially. Then after that, it did try to toggle around the 5% mark for quite a while. Then after that, what happened? It lost the 5% mark again, but this time around, the main thing is it lost the MA200. Can you see that? So all the way, the market had been trying to stay above the MA200. That's why the market still finds some firmness in the upside. But once the market loses the MA 200, that's it, all lost gone. So what happened? The market goes down and came down to the 90th percent mark. And of course, by closing below the 90th percent mark and below the MA 200, it gave a very strong validation that it will go down further. And of course, it went all the way now to the 85% mark. And that's 14,262. Now, the scary part is this right now, the market did rebound, as you can see on the screen yesterday, but now it's coming back down again to the 85% mark. That means that the market has room to go lower. So how low would it be going? Well, that means that if we go to the halfway of this, somewhere around here, that means that the market, the market may have to come down all the way here, which is, let me just take the color. Right, the 50% mark itself somewhere around here, and that's about 14,060. 14,060. So that means that the market now, the Nasdaq is trading at 14,266. Could be another 200 point drop later, and that will be the support 14,060. Yeah, so traders be very careful on this. This may go down further. That's the reason why I'm not that keen to call for buy yet. So, okay. Now, of course, if the thing get really scary, then this is going to be detrimental, because if the market loses the 85% mark, the next number it will have to go will be all the way down to 14,200. Wait a minute, there's some error here. Wait a The number is some error here. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Okay. If the market really goes down, okay, the market goes down to the 80% mark. Hey, how come like that? Wait a minute, I think there's some error in the indicator. Yeah, something wrong. Yeah, I think there's some error in the indicator. 13,423. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so sorry for that. I think there's some error there, but never mind. To make it simple, 13,423. Okay, that means that the market may drop all the way down to 14,423, 13,423. That's quite a fair bit, yeah. And this is going to be entering the bear territory. The bear territory means that anything that is from the highest point down more than 20% is a bear territory. So be very careful on this, yeah. Okay, so that is what we have for you in terms of the chart view. All right, so take note of that. So Mike Wilson says that there could be more selling to come. In his opinion, there should be more, because this week we have still the earnings now yet. Now, don't forget that we have Apple and Microsoft, and they could have major big impact, because if their earnings are not going to be as good as what they have right now, the market will sell. That's the reason why I suspect that yesterday's recovery was just a dead cat rebound. Because if the earnings come out and the earnings are not good, and of course if interest rate comes in at the same time, this will pull the market down further. So to me, it's all right. These 2 days there will be further selling in the market. And of course, if let's say there's going to be any more stronger inflation data, that will pressure the market even more. And this is finished. And of course, if you're going to be a trend drawer, you can see that the market has already broke the trend, the major trend. So now the thing is this, artificially, some people are drawing this as a form of a support. And this is the neckline that everybody's drawing. So if the market breaks this point itself, right, then naturally the market selling will be even stronger. And that's the reason why I think you should be very careful on this, yeah? Okay, all right. So that is the on this news. Then of course we have Bitcoin coming off after hit the 32,500. It rebounded a little bit, but analysts are still looking for further downside, because they feel that this time around the big boys did not follow through, and they believe that this Bitcoin itself, the key support is at 30,000, and felt that the market will have further downside because of the current macro picture. So all those maxi guys who say that the market will go to 100,000, 120,000, 250,000 all have disappeared as usual. When the market is down, you only see people calling for sell. When market is up, you're calling for buy. So to me itself, all this information tells me that the market is kind of jittery right now. All right, of course, we still have the Federal Reserve to tighten it, and that is the reason why I feel that the high-risk product like this Bitcoin will be hit. And of course, there are short sellers now are finally winning money against Tesla and Netflix. So let's look at Tesla for today. Now you can see that I have drawn for you this trend line, remember, and I told you that Tesla will come down. So Tesla really came down. Can you see on the screen right now? I told you Tesla will come down to $877. Do you remember? Yes, Tesla came down as expected. So again, Tesla, I was spot on, right? All right, so can you do me a favor? Also key the word spot on. So now the thing is this, if Tesla really have to come down, where will be the best price to buy? Now you can see that Tesla have been very strongly supported by this moving average 200 that we are using right now. So every time it hit, it rebounded. Every time it hit, it rebounded. But that is also because there's the environment was suitable for all this. The money is really heavily and allowed this happen. Now this time round, I believe that if Tesla is a drop again, this time the level will be about 800 level. Now from the all-time high about this area here, 1240 to 800, that means that the market has dropped more than 20%. 10% is about 124. So basically, right, if you hit 800, it's already below 20%. So I suspect that Tesla will come down to 800 first. It will find some support at 800 first. Then maybe we have a bit of recovery. If not itself, if the earnings are bad or the whole entire economy starts to slump, then things can get very, very nasty. I know that there's a lot of people who are still buying Tesla. I would say that be very careful. And of course, if Tesla has to go down, right, then all the EVs will be hit. All the EVs will be hit. And of course, one of them that I'm being asked frequently itself will be NIO. Okay, NIO, let me just bring it down to you. Now, NIO, as you can see, this is a new company. And I told you guys that how do we gauge new company when it starts, right? For NIO itself, you can see that this company, all right, has been the neckline is about $28. That's a very important neckline. And of course, we saw it broke 2 days ago. Now there's a gap here itself. Can you see that? There's a gap here in terms of the chart. So it doesn't gap. Normally the market in a downward spiral, it will be covered. So that means that there will be a support only at $22. That means that for NIO, the only support I can see will be at $21.80 to be precise. Yeah, but overall, you can see that the trend is actually going downwards, and this is a very strong neckline breakdown. So $21.80, then we can see support. If not itself, right, the market is not the best counter. Let's put it this way. So for NIO itself, right, for traders who are holding NIO, 21.80, then we can see the first support. If not anything now, it's all air prices because this is a gap. Yeah, it's an air price. Yeah, so be very, very careful on this particular counter. Okay, and of course, Netflix. Let's take a look at Netflix. You can see that Netflix tried to recover. It tried. It's a big gap down. Now, some people ask me, Kel, will this gap will be covered? Well, the thing is this. The reason why Netflix gapped down was because there was lack of subscribers. So if let's say the subscribers get even lesser the next quarter, or there's no breakthrough in earnings or revenue, right? Then I don't think there's any way this gap will be covered. Although the RSI is ridiculous, now it's at 8. Yeah, and RSI is ridiculous, never been seen before, such a low level. So of course, some people say, Kel, can we consider to just buy for technical reason? Because since the RSI is at 8, then maybe by the technical point of view, it's a very good buy. Well, I put it this way to you. If you really want to do that, then let it go down further, maybe to about 300. Let it go down to 300 level. And then from here itself, that was a previous support, right? Before the market turned up, then you look to buy. Because you look at it, this is a support that MA 200 supported it. And obviously, the last few times, it also got itself strongly supported by the MA 200. But this time around, the market have lost the MA 200. You understand, right? So with the Nasdaq potentially go down to the 80% mark, there is a high chance that Netflix may go down further to 300. So that is the reason why I don't want you to buy right now. I mean, of course, again, if you want to do it, it's your own right. I can't say who's right, who's wrong. I'm just giving you my personal opinion, yeah? Okay, so you all got it right. This is what I have to offer to you. All right, so later on in the afternoon session, right, I may have time. We actually do a Super Tuesday to talk about the US market. So US stock market, as in US stocks itself individually. So if you are interested to listen to what I have to share in terms of TA, then I'll let you know later on the timing, maybe at 4 p.m. Maybe at 4 p.m. I'll confirm with you guys much later. All right, last but not least, we have Jim Cramer says that the selling in Bitcoin and Ethereum may be over soon. Now, Jim Cramer recently, of course, get it pretty wrong. All right, in fact, he called for buying in Netflix before the earnings came out. And of course, once the earnings came out, he just kept quiet and swept under the carpet. Okay, so I'm not too sure about what his view on the cryptocurrency space. He felt that, right, leaning on the Tom DeMark. Now, Tom DeMark is a very good analyst, a TA guy. He says that, right, this Bitcoin may be exhausting soon. The market may be recovering. So let's quick look at the market right now on the Bitcoin. Now, this is the technical analysis on Bitcoin, and this is my own view. I did say that, right, the market will come down, and 36,000 will be the first level to watch, but 32,500 is a support, which actually really happened. Now, what's beautiful is that it created a BNB yesterday. It's a BNB. So it's a BNB means that the market has a chance that the boys have came into the market. So what we need to do now for this Bitcoin, let me just show to you a very simple way to do this. So since we have a BNB, that means that we have the high-low to watch out for, the high and the low. Now this entire range is going to be the marker for the downside and upside. So which means that, right, if the market is to go up, the market can go back to 43,000, okay? So where we now is 36,000. So the upside can be 43,000, yep. The downside can be as low as 28,000. So you can see now the thing here. So my view is this, the market, if it cannot stay above OP, I still think that there's a chance that the market may be going down to 28,000. Yeah, maybe going back to 28,000 again for the Bitcoin. Okay, so this one, we will talk about this shortly, yeah? All right, so with all this is all the news available, let's look at charts for today, yeah? I say today is a bit watered down because my PowerPoint slide wasn't really taken care of just now. Apology on that. Okay, let's look at China now. You can see on China. Now, China beautifully, it just couldn't stay above the MA30. So this is a very negative demonstration that the market has for us. So which means that my view is that China market will still have to go down to 14,977 to hit the 61 point Fibonacci. Okay, so that's my first view for it because it's very clear the market couldn't go higher. Very clear projection here. Okay, then of course we look at the US market right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the US market. Now for today, you must take note, today is a doji directional day. That means that the market most likely will go into a directional move if the market stays below OP. So now the market is trading at 34,086 and is below MA30 and MA200 and also below MLP. So that's the market is very bearish at the moment. But the only thing is that the market opening price is above the pivot one of 33,328. So by right, only if the market goes above OP, then the buying interest will come in. But if the market stays below OP, then that means that from OP until the pivot point, this is called the uncertainty zone. And with the KSI that is red color right now, and it's uptick red, that means that there should be some more selling pressure coming into the system. So that's why I don't think you should be buying. Let the market drop further. I told you before, right, the midpoint of this entire long is about 33,615. So 615, yeah. So maybe if the market hits 615, then maybe there could be some rebound over there itself. Okay, so watch out for that. Now, Nasdaq is a bit different. No, Nasdaq the same. Sorry, my bad. Now Nasdaq itself, you can see that the moving average, the MA 200 and MA 30 has stacked together. That means that the two of them, the combo effect of it is even stronger, meaning right there's further selling pressure in the market to come. And of course, also a doji directional day. The market has just broke the MLP, so there are multiple KCB around this area, and I suspect that the Nasdaq will give in to all these levels again. Now, because again it's above pivot one itself, right? If only when the market goes above OP that you can buy. The KSI is green and its uptick shows that right the market has strength at the bottom. So watch out for all these levels here. The market may actually hit this technical point and then do an intermittent recovery. Okay. All right, S&P 500 now. Now, S&P 500 for today is also the same like the Dow Jones. Also, basically below the terrain is bad, below MA 30, MA 200, MLP. All right, now we are actually close by to a KCB at 43.60. We are now nearby, and the next level is 43.34. So I suspect that this could be the first support. 43.34 should be the first support. Yeah, it was somewhere near the midpoint of the week. The KSI is also green and it's uptick also. So that means that if the market hit 43.34, there should be some recovery over there, unless something really drastic happen here. Now, basically for this week itself, I think the earnings are the main concern. If the earnings are bad and plus FOMC meeting is on the hawkish side, right, the market will sell again. Now, Hong Kong is quite interesting. Hong Kong, let's take a look at Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong actually, right, is above MA 30. That means that Hong Kong cannot really go down. And you can see today Hong Kong is up, all right? Hong Kong is above MA 30, it's bullish. And although it's below MA 200, but the short-term momentum is pushing up. So whenever Hong Kong goes above OP, it will be a good buy, which is actually happening. Now, there's MLP resisting itself at 24,390. So this is the only thing that resisting it itself. As long as the market stays below MLP, the selling will be still, the market will be resisted here. Only if the market break MLP, right, then of course things can change up to the more positive side. KSI is green, so the boys are still around. That's why you can see Hang Seng couldn't go down much. Whenever it comes down, right, the market generally push it up again. So that's why it's very important to know the momentum, which is the moving average 30. Very, very important for us now. That's why we are able to buy, sell things much more accurately, because we actually take a lot of this advisory from the MAs. Yeah. Now, Nikkei is also a doji directional day. The body is just nice for 20%. So for Nikkei, at the moment now it's trading downwards. It's below MA 200, MA 30, and MLP, right? So that's why most likely it's going to trade down to 26,909. The next level could be quite a big jump down. That's about 300, 400 points, because the next number is 26,500 series. Yeah. So take note of that. KSI is red in color, so that means that the selling may be able to push it down all the way to 26,909. Now for DAX was tremendous. Look at DAX. DAX literally collapsed yesterday. DAX opened here and collapsed all the way down, but it triggered the KCB at 14,892. 14,892, and after that straight away rebounded. Now, of course, why the market sell down so badly, there were a few reasons. First of all, it's below the MA 30, below MA 200, below MLP. The market triggered MLP and pull back. And of course, when it breaks below pivot 1, it breaks, it's a sell. And we break pivot 2, confirm sell. That's why the market sell down even stronger after pivot 2. But of course, when the market recovers, right, once it crosses above back the pivot 2, you can look for buying instead. Yeah, so that's what happened in yesterday's DAX. Pretty volatile chart, but you can trade on it. Okay, so for today, what do I suspect that DAX will do? I suspect DAX will continue to fall further. I suspect that you come back down again to this area. 15,032 will still be the first support. The second support with 14,892. Okay, so traders, do watch out for this. Now, crude oil is now basically sideways with the stock market down that much itself, right? Crude oil also recover when the stock market recover, but now you can see it's consolidating around this area. So it's basically within the BNB range. So I suspect that once it break out, right, then it will go for the $90 mark, yeah, the $90 mark, because yesterday created a new BNB, right? So now the new BNB is $90 already. So if the market can stay up itself above $85, then it will go to 90. Only if it goes above 85, then you will see $90. Yeah. Okay, for gold, let's take a look right now. Gold has this. Okay, gold is trying to find its firmness, and we seem to have some part of it showing. Now for gold, if you take a look, today's the pivot one is 1845. We are quite nearby. Now we are above MA30 and MA200, so it's kind of bullish, and it's above MLP. So as long as gold can stay above OP, gold can push up to the pivot one at 1845, and you happen to step with the KCB 1846. So once the market can cross above, right, maybe because of stock market volatility, people may just purposely speculate to buy some gold. So gold has a chance to see 1859 as long as it can break 1846 convincingly. Okay, so that is my view on gold. Overall itself is okay because the KSI is green and there's no blue bars at the bottom. So gold can go higher. Yeah, gold can go back to 1846, then 1859. Silver, as you can see, silver is pulling back a little bit. Now, silver and gold have a different movement. Silver is coming off because silver is considered a high-risk asset. That's why when the stock market goes down, right, silver pull back because silver is speculation versus gold, which is more for hedging. Now, the thing is this is above MA30, so it's kind of bullish, but it's resisted by the MLP on top. But now you can see that silver is also supported by MA200. So with all these things, I believe that if the market can stabilize above MA200, it may try again $24 for pivot one. Only if you cross the pivot one, then we can see upside again. And I do see upside going to 24.61. If let's say we, if we actually have, if the market start to focus on some non-indices asset to buy to do some sector rotation here. Okay, so that is silver. And last but not least will be the cryptocurrency market right now. Then for the crypto, as you can see on the screen, it's actually below MA200, below MA30, and now it's trying to get itself supported at the MLP range. Now you see that the MLP is at 36,063. So which means that as long as the Bitcoin stays above 36,063, it will bounce around the area. But if the market loses 36,063, then the selling may bring it down again to 33,900 level. Okay. Now this is something to watch out for. These are all the technical point. Now today is still above pivot one. So by right, only if you cross above OP, then you can buy. Yeah. Upside target itself is 40,900 or this 42,000 level. I don't think this will stay because the market seemingly has more sell than buy reason. Yeah. So you can see that the KSI is still red in color. Okay, last but not least will be the Ethereum. Now Ethereum today is a doji directional day, so which means that if Ethereum want to go up, right, it has to go above OP because it's below MA200 and MA30. MLP is not on top of you. Only if it goes above OP, then you can buy. If not itself, right, I suspect that it may come back down to 2242 region again. Okay. So for me itself, right, Ethereum and Bitcoin, I believe there will be more downside to go, more downside. Yeah. So that's why I think that you should watch out for that. How come the BNB is not updating? Oh, it's not BNB. This is just a doji. Bitcoin, yeah, this is the Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin BNB. That's why I missed out. Sorry. Let's talk about the Bitcoin BNB. So that's why the BNB I show you, right? It's a BNB yesterday. So the downside can be as low as 28,000 for Bitcoin. The upside is 42,000. So again, I say I believe that it has to come down to 33,800 first, 94 to find some support. Only if you find support, then maybe you go up. But if you fail, then the selling will bring it down to 28,000 for the Bitcoin. Yeah. Okay, so to summarize everything itself, I don't think the market rebound yesterday is going to sustain. I believe that the earnings are going to come out and the earning won't be good. It will be bad. And of course, including that itself, we have FOMC meeting on coming Thursday. The news on Thursday early morning. So that will pressure the market further. And of course, if the consumer confidence is not good, that overall going to press the market down further. Yeah. All right, that will be all for today. Thank you for waiting for me. I appreciate that. So have a great day. I will see you guys at probably 4 o'clock later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.